Okay, everybody, we are going to watch the World of Warcraft cinematic trailer that released at Gamescom the other day. We'll see if it's good or if it is a flop. Okay.
The light guides my steps.
Sunwell.
My path. The light flows through me, and by its grace am I made one with all
Looking
that is
pretty
sacred.
good.
The light
Liadrin, it has begun.
Oh.
I need you with me on the wall.
Lorthamar, the void will envelop us soon. Only the light can save us now.
Well, their cinematics look good.
The time for prayer has passed.
Can't say anything for the gameplay
The
yet.
Sunwell will not fall. Not
The sun will not fall? Come on. Okay. Some blood elf action.
Elves. I can see you grow.
Okay, now we're talking.
How much
Void elf.
longer can you hold out? Flee and save yourselves.
Liadrin, don't.
Light be with you.
So from what I understand,
You see,
the void elf is like some ancient
she
being that's like inhabiting a dead
understands
body.
its
Oh,
purpose.
those guys in the background look cool.
Soon, you all will. The light guides my steps and illuminates my path. The light flows through me, and by its grace am I made one with all that is sacred. The light guides my steps and illuminates my path. The light flows through.
Thought blood elves were like super evil, and now there's somebody more evil than them.
I know that I am unworthy.
That's a
I
pretty
don't
cool
know
scene right there.
if I deserve your help, but I know my people do. Please give them strength. I admire
Okay,
your spirit,
well.
but that will not save you. Soon, I will break your world.
You
He just
can't
spit on the
even break
ground.
one elf.
Can't even break one elf. Alright, she's just gonna kill everybody. Kill him too.
This
Blink of an eye.
darkness comes to devour everything. And when it is finished, there will be no more light. Without your aid, we will perish. I beg you,
Something's gonna happen.
help us.
Who is it? Anduin? Probably. Okay, glow up. Walking out. Okay, horde of paladins. Alright, morale boost, morale boost. Let's go.
The Sunwell will not fall.
Not while
The
we
Sunwell.
draw
Oh, they got it right that time. I think those demons or wherever they brought the void, big, fat void shadow guys look cool. Okay. I am still probably, or I am not going to get it day one for sure. Sometimes, like a year later, they'll go for the whole expansion on sale for like $10. It might be worth checking out at a $10 price range.
What a great cinematic. Nobody does those better than Blizzard, and
I'm pretty
hope you guys
sure they're
enjoyed that.
supposed
All
to
right.
talk
Next
about-
is the global announcement of a new project from Team J, the dev team behind Delta
So,
Force. Project
doesn't
Spectrum
look like
is
they're
a
going to
tactical
talk about it
shooter.
right now, but player housing was supposed to go down Okay, misspelled that. Oh, it's 11 minutes. Maybe we could jump through it a little bit.
Welcome home. That is the feeling you will be feeling with the new
Okay.
player housing system coming in midnight. And if you don't believe me, then in today's video, I will tell you everything that we know so far
I don't see
about
what we're
the
gonna
player
do
housing
there that's
system
gonna
and
be
everything
that much
we've been able to
fun.
test and all of the goodies that comes with. And
We had a chance to have player housing 20 years ago when everybody was literally asking for it, and there wasn't that many games that had player housing. And to be frank, look at this.
a lot of things that are
kinda
yet not
empty.
in testing, and more of them to come once the
I
expansion
don't
launches.
see.
Let's start it off
I
with the
saw
announcement.
some stuff about, I'm sure they'll talk about it in a second, but it's going to be sort of in a community. You're going to have a neighborhood. You can have stuff with your guild that can be okay. I don't know. They were like, oh, you can customize all this stuff, but okay. So like, if you look at RuneScape's housing play an integral part to the game. You can do so many things inside your house. Crafting, teleporting, lots of teleports all over the game. You name it. I mean, heal all your stats, all your stat drain, stamina, everything. I'm talking at the highest level, the player house in old school RuneScape is by far one of the most important things, especially when you're doing things like Corporal Beast, stuff like that. I highly doubt this will be very useful at all. Maybe they will let you have a portal in here.
That player housing
But
will be part of the
if I
11.2.7
know anything about World of
patch.
Warcraft,
If you
more than
pre-order
likely this will
Midnight,
be
of course,
completely
pre-order
useless.
Midnight.
And
What
next
did you
expansion,
expect? But you will be able to actually start playing
the
with your
expansion
house
after it,
way
it'll
before
be
Midnight actually releases. And with that in mind, let's see
completely
exactly
useless.
what you will be
Let's see.
encountering with the housing system, at least when it comes to the inside decorations, since that's what we had access to at Gamescom and what I've been spending so many
my
hours
camera's right
with.
over above his.
First of all, starting from the very beginning, you will be able to create rooms of different types. There are hallways, there are octagonal or hexagonal. They're big rooms, okay? There are also staircases that can create tower-like structures. There are also corners and intersections and all
Staircases.
kinds of stuff, and you can create a lot of layouts for your own house. Now, because of this, one very important question that you might have is, does this change how the house looks on the outside? Probably not.
Not.
As far
It's
as
an
we know so
instance.
far, houses haven't been announced to have any kinds of sizes in terms of their outside appeal. And since you can create so much lateral space within your house, it's very unlikely that you will be able to represent this visually outside, because
Not
that would
bad.
take
Like, as
a
far as,
quarter of the
like,
neighborhood or something
sort
like
of
that.
like
It
a
is lot
Valheim
of
point of
space.
view,
Would
where
be
you're
cool
just
though,
like,
but that
okay, I'm
means
just
that
gonna
your
build a
plot of your
house
own
and make it
would
look
have to
really
be
cool.
super big. I would love for them to translate
What
that
I
that
want to
way, but
know
it's
is
unlikely at this point.
how
So the inside of your house is
applicable
most
is it
likely
to the game?
instanced, as far as we can tell. But of course, we will know way more once the alpha testing will begin for the midnight, and we're gonna have videos on it as well. And all of the footage that you see right now on the screen has been done while I was streaming the whole thing on twitch.tv/MarcelianOnline. A lot of the things coming in midnight, whether it's
Okay.
class testing, whether it's the new Devourer spec, whether it's player housing, whether it's the new dungeons and raids, we're gonna have all of them streamed on our twitch.tv/MarcelianOnline. So feel free to come on by, drop a follow, stay tuned.
Yeah, check them
since
out
we will have
because
way more
I
juicy
won't
stuff
be
coming for
streaming
you.
it.
Now, moving past the room situation, we also can create walls and floors and ceilings themed to a specific
Folk,
culture. This is a
rugged,
prevalent option within the actual
folk stucco.
decoration menu, and the current cultures that we were able to access were
Pretty
folk,
customizable.
which kind of resembles humans. Those rugged, which are basically rocks and stones. I want to say that would be orcish. And there are Belameth, and that's clearly not elfish. They want to use the Belameth concept with the Emirdrasil tree being regrown to kind of signify that the entire Night Elfish culture switches to that zone, and that's probably the whole video on its own. And of course, Silver Moon, most likely Troll, Tauren,
I wanna know
Dwarven,
about
and other
portals,
cultures will be implemented
work,
later down
crafting
the line,
benches.
either within
It's gotta
the
be in
release
here.
of Midnight or
I don't
a
want to
few
have to
patches there,
go to
because
all
this
these.
system has
I want shops in my house. I would want all of every profession in there, all of them. first aid, the whole bit. I don't want to have to go to different towns to go to the first aid guy, go to the cooking guy, go to this person. And if I want to change my profession, I want that person to be in my house, or like the stall with a guy next to it, and I can, or at least the stall where I can automate the process and just say, okay, look, this is what I want. Let's change profession. I technically spent like hundreds of thousands of gold, like 200,000 gold or something, on this yak so I could have the transmog. I'd like all of those features in my house: transmog, food, armor, vendor, all that stuff. Because what else is this thing going to be useful
potential.
for?
Then alongside
I don't
with
want to
walls, you
have
can
to
big open
go
doorways
anywhere
with
else
arches, or you
from
can
now
have
on.
little
Like,
doors
you
where
max
just put
out
in
your
a little
house,
door. And you
it
see
should
the little
be
doors that I use. There's
the
only
bee's
like 2
knees.
or 3 types of doors, and they really didn't seem to have that much variety at the moment. Of
Furniture,
course, there will
storage,
be way more because there are
lights.
certain decorations that have
I'm
so much
kinda
variety in terms
over
of culture, customizable potential, and
the
so much more. That is definitely
customizable
something that's going to be
look
applied to
aspect.
you kill Onyxia on your character, unless you already have it. Maybe it's retroactive. We'll see. On the testing ground that we have access to, we could only use like 3 types of trophies. I think it was a stag head, a little bull, wow bull. Speaking of neighborhoods, just to get this out of the way, if you haven't been paying attention to anything related to player housing, as it has been announced in the last year, we will have all of this congregated into a big neighborhood. There are different types of neighborhoods, and neighborhoods are instant zones that you can have with specific groups. For instance, you can have a guild neighborhood where everybody in the guild will
that's
have
what
a
I
house in
figured.
their own zone, and you can see your
I
guildie's
saw
house
some of this on the
within
Gamescom
confines
thing.
of
I couldn't
your
find
neighborhood.
it on
you can
the
have
video
a
we were
friends type
watching.
neighborhood where you and your friends can inhabit the same enclosed space where no other people can join in, or you can have an open neighborhood to the public where anybody can join in. It would probably be a little bit more realistic since everybody's just gonna be there.
Yeah, but what
and
if like people come in, get house next to you, and then like stop playing? Just have like an empty neighborhood because people are just people play World of Warcraft for a month, and that's it. That's how I am. It's like 1 month a year, 1 month every 2 years, because you can do everything there is to do in that 1 month. And even during the month, half of the time you're like, why am I doing this? It's not fun anymore. It is fetch quest after fetch quest.
probably locked in with about 50 houses, I believe they announced. So there are some limitations as to how much it gets kills. And I think the only limitations that are removed are probably for guild neighborhoods, since, guilds can usually have a couple of hundred people. Now, I don't know if we're going to have a couple of hundred houses in one neighborhood, but it's definitely good that they are thinking of enlarging this for bigger and bigger groups of people. And all of these are accessed with 2 main control types. Again, if you haven't seen anything about player housing right now, you have the basic controls, which is probably what most people will be using. Although I would be surprised if that actually turns out, because the advanced one is definitely what you will want. But for the first basic ones, you'll have 2 main
still
options
just
where you can just
more
like have everything clip to the grid
decorations
system at the moment, with not all of the options enabled. There are so many things you'll be able to play with, and I suspect nobody will care at all about.
Okay, so I'm guessing for now we won't know if it does housing teleports. It's another 11 minutes. I won't bore you with that, but we'll do another update and see if it comes with teleports, and more than likely they're going to release this thing bare bones. We're not going to have teleports. We're not going to have stores. We're not going to have, I say y'all, whoever plays is not going to have any of that stuff first off. They will probably wait maybe to the end of the expansion. Maybe they will wait till next expansion. Maybe they're going to try and drag this out, with this live service, microtransaction style mindset that every company has. They may try and drag this out for years, and the worlds are just going to become stagnant, the player housing, and they'll finally try and add something that people wanted after everybody's tired of it, because all these people fell off because they didn't think that it was good enough. So whatever happens with it, we'll cover it. And thanks guys for watching. Like and subscribe for more.